Brother. I'm good right now. Appreciate you, man. Okay. Ah, oh, you still got some juice? I tell you that sweet tea. Sweet honey iced tea. Hey, appreciate you. Oh, yeah.
I remember, I was like, what the fuck are you doing now?
Hey, look. Uh-oh.
Got a lot of
Hey, that was Chris Rock said, uh-oh. Oh, yeah.
Every time you talk about something that's going to work,
I don't know, not one black president.
It's time for some hostile therapy.
yeah. For all my Jersey people.
Yeah.
All right, you all right.
Yeah, show you right, boy.
We will be for a second. Y'all be all right. Hostile Therapy Thursday. Welcome to the show, LT. Big Red, of course, and a special guest. Y'all can't really see him. I'm about to shine some light on.
Yeah, show you right, boy. Oh, whoa, this one came through.
He's already got catchphrases. I love it.
Oh, yeah. LT, I know you don't watch that show, Martin, man.
And you know what? Unpopular opinion. I like Martin. Don't get me wrong. I already know y'all. I already know I'm about to piss some motherfuckers off.
Oh man,
Martin wasn't that funny to me. I'm gonna be honest. Martin wasn't that funny to me. I was the bigger. You want to know my show?
The show or the stand-up comedian?
Now that's a very fair point. Very fair question. Both.
Okay. Wow.
I'm gonna be honest. I love Martin in movies. I think Martin is one of the greatest comedic actors. You know what I'm saying? Like he's a great comedic actor. But if I had him, you know what I'm saying? I'm not running back to run tell that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not.
Right. I got it.
But and the Martin show, it's funny, but it's like the jokes aren't as clever. It's really just Martin being outrageous and ridiculous and characters.
I mean, that's part of it.
And you know what? The Jamie Foxx show does the same thing, but that boy, there's more plot in the Jamie Foxx show. It's more dramatic.
All right, so let me ask you this,
please.
Hey, look, so is it under or over Living Single?
Oh, now see, Living Single, I don't even consider that a comedy. That's a day by day. That's a life ass sitcom. You know what I'm saying? So I'm definitely gonna say Living Single is over that. Living Single is definitely in my top 3. All because as a voice actor, one of the people I look up to is Kyle Barker. Youngest executive in my law firm. That's that boy TC Carson got a voice. Goddamn, Kratos and the God of War. That boy got a voice on him.
Yeah. So
and
like,
you're bad in the motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Maxine, Regine, all them bad in the
it's like our black friends, like the show Friends.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, I got you.
That's where it came from.
Well, I seen a video. They said they bid off from Living Single. Living Single was first.
Oh yeah,
they did. Living Single was in early 90s.
Yeah,
Friends was at least mid to late 90s.
All right. Well, I don't know. Anybody remember when Tyrese was on Hanging with Mr. Cooper?
I missed that episode.
No, he was on like a whole season.
Tyrese?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna sit here in front like I could remember a whole season of Hanging with Mr. Cooper.
He was up there when Nell Carter was like the principal.
See, that is just that reference right there. I wouldn't have got that because I didn't know Hanging with Mr. Cooper had an actual plot. I thought you really just go over, just like most sitcoms. They be at the house, they door unlocked, so everybody just come over. Hey, Mr. Cooper, I need some advice. And you know, and that's how the episode starts.
And then somebody walks in and gets a kiss.
You know what I'm saying? When the star popping, like, because fun fact, the show is called Family Matters, but nobody anticipated the popularity of one Stephen Urkel. And if you really look back at that show, they really wanted it to be a blue collar Cosby show.
They did.
Until this motherfucker came in and just gave the world someone to love and hate at the same time.
Yeah.
And it's like, nah, Urkel everything. Make every episode about Urkel. Fuck Urkel family. Have him over here with the Winslows.
And he destroyed the show for that. After that,
destroyed it or kept it going. It's up for interpretation.
Because
did the network really want a blue collar Cosby show? Did the network want to show black people in, not poverty?
After Urkel's voice changed, that's when the show was done. He was trying to force himself to talk like that. Everything was forced.
Shit, they had Gary Coleman sitting on motherfuckers' laps in different strokes until he was at least 29.
At least he looked the part.
At least he looked the part. So did Stephon Urkel. So did Jaleel. Excuse me, my boy. Put some respect on his name, Jaleel White.
You mean what was the Urkel bot and the Bruce Leroy bot? Not Bruce Leroy, but Bruce Leroy Urkel. Myrtle Urkel. All these Urkel.
Idea.
They was really just throwing shit because they was like, you don't dress up as characters like Martin does. But Martin is really popular right now, so we're going to need you to dress up as some characters.
Hell, you could say Martin followed him, though, because Family Matters came out before Martin did.
But see, I think it's hard to know who follow each other because Martin has always been known, like his characters just like most comedians, they come from his stand-up routine.
Yeah.
So in his first season, he's doing characters. Family Matters first season, that's the only season where the family mattered. Like when you really like, if you go back and watch it, that's the only season where they really give a fuck about the family. Steve is really just popping in for maybe 10 minutes an episode. After that, it's literally Steve Urkel featuring the Winslows.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Urkel wasn't around.
Only because they got a bad daughter.
He was only supposed to be around for one episode, and that was it.
Yeah.
He was supposed to be that annoying kid that come over that they tell to go home. Like he was supposed to be there, Roger. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know which one of those shows came first. Sister, film. Damn.
Oh, come on. You know, I know you weren't born then, but yeah, Family Matters was in that started in the 80s.
Yeah.
Really? Really?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's got to be the 80s, maybe late 80s. I don't know about early. Because come on, they had this was the big hip hop era. Like they wasn't big hip hop in the early 80s,
like early or mid 90s.
Yeah, mid 90s or so. Family Matters lasted for 10 years. That's probably why I think it came on so late.
Yeah, I thought it aired in like 1990 at the latest, or at the earliest, and then went to about like 2000, or you know what? Maybe 1988. I give it like 88, 89. Because I don't think it made it into the 2000s.
Probably around that time.
It was like ABC Family or something like that. It came on after TGIF. Yeah. Came on after Full House.
Yeah, see, but then I started getting it on Nick at Night.
Yeah.
So 1989, that's when that came.
1989. I was 1 year old.
Seem about right.
The Sister came out in 94.
Oh yeah.
Okay, yeah.
5 years later or so.
Yeah.
So let's get down to the topic. I mentioned Tyrese.
Yes, you did.
Got his start. Well, I remember. I don't know if you remember the Not LT, the Coca-Cola commercial. You remember that?
Oh, the first time I saw Tyrese, it was a sitcom. I can't remember exactly which dumbass sitcom this nigga was in, being a dumbass love interest, but I remember that nigga Prim from Prim's Hood Cinema roasted the fuck out of his dumbass. But I did know that Tyrese was a child star. I didn't know it started in commercials.
No, well, I don't know if you want to call it a child. I don't know what his age was. He could have been 17, could have been 18. First thing I remember him was on a BET commercial. Well, not BET commercial. It was a Coca-Cola commercial. He was on the bus, and he was singing in his usual voice, and people loved the commercial and loved his voice, and he caught on like wildfire, and then he became famous based off of that commercial. Then he got singing opportunities, but it was almost like an American Idol opportunity. Yeah. He got famous off a Coca-Cola commercial based off of his singing ability.
That's all it took back in the 90s. That's Cindy Crawford.
Yeah. That's all it took was talent.
Talent and looks. A little bit of talent, a lot of look.
I almost want to mention a story about Cindy Crawford, but we'll talk about that for another day because she said some serious stuff the other day that I have to go up against, even though it's against Oprah. And I don't always try to defend Oprah, but in this case, I won't defend her, but we'll talk about it. But Tyrese, famous singing. Now he seems to be more famous for this Fast and Furious movies. They done made like 30 of them now.
Famous in the mainstream America for Fast and Furious. Yeah. Be honest about what keeps Tyrese famous in the black community. Be honest.
Well, it seems to be more so social media because he always got the stories out.
That baby boy.
Baby boy and a combination of what more do you want from me?
He's more famous for social media outbursts than he is Baby Boy now. Baby Boy is like in the past. But people still love
That's a hood classic though.
It is, but I'm talking about like mainstream America.
Okay. Yeah,
he's a meme now. He's definitely a meme.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah.
But he got married to this chick that we're about to talk about now, the one that all of a sudden she made she was on a podcast and she has gone viral talking about now how she regrets getting a divorce because seemingly people were in her ear telling her that she needed to leave Tyrese. And now, I don't know how many years later, because Tyrese has done remarried since then. Now she's going on a book tour or online tour, whatever she's doing, telling that she should have not listened to these people who was whispering in her ear. She was a little bit too emotional when she made that decision, and now she regrets it.
Now, if she was successful after she left this,
wow.
Yeah, and I was just gonna say Tyrese. Yeah, he got married again. I think he is currently married now. I think he might be going through something now.
Good.
I guarantee you, if she was successful after she left that man, she would still be going on a book tour about how leaving him was the best decision that she ever made, and she made it all by herself.
Wow.
But because the leaving was a failure, I'm going on a book tour about how I shouldn't have left, and it's because I was listening to other people and not myself.
Well, I forgot my train of thought. What I was about to say. She was trying to get, I think, about $20,000 of child support out.
Yes, I remember that.
Yeah, and it didn't quite work out the way she wanted to, and I guess they've been going back and forth in court trying to do it.
So was this his wife or his baby mom?
It was his wife.
They had children. Okay.
Yes. I think one child they got out of that, and he had an ironclad prenup, which prevented her money in other facets of the marriage. So she's been working on house support or whatever, and hasn't quite worked out the way she has. And Tyrese is like still mad at her. So like, if you regret all of that, why are you still dragging me to court to up to $1 million worth of litigation I have to go through with you? Why are you still dragging me to court?
Because you're still being. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, that's it. Go ahead.
Because she's still being advised by people, but these people are now her legal team. These people are now the agents and the managers who represent her because she's an author. It's in your best interest to keep this thing going so that you always have material to go on your tours and write about. You got to keep this connection, even though, like, that's what's so funny about entertainment and their marriages. Even when they try to disconnect from each other, they can't, because in the public eye, on paper, on the screen, they're forever linked. Like, you can't just break up with someone that you did a whole romantic film with, because Mr. and Mrs. Smith is going to live forever in our minds, even if Brad Pitt and Angelina divorced. And didn't they divorce? Aren't they divorcing?
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they've been divorced for a minute now.
I wouldn't even know. I was just watching that movie the other day, like, oh my God, these kids, these beautiful couple, beautiful.
Yeah, they had a pretty nasty divorce. I mean, they still don't like each other.
Almost as nasty as the one Brad Pitt had from Jennifer Aniston.
I don't know if that one was that nasty. I just think it was
nasty on her end because she didn't get shit.
Yeah.
As a woman, when you don't get shit, it's a nasty divorce for you.
Do these people even love each other when they get married?
No.
It's really, it's literally just like having sex with people that you work with. It's not like they the most attractive people in the world or they've got the best personality. It's because proximity. We here for this amount of time together all day, this many days. I'm literally with my co-star more than I'm actually with my family. I'm like that. That's why most of them. I mean, I know we're gonna get to her bald-headed ass. Excuse me, her whatever the disease is. I don't want Will. Like, imagine I just called her bald, and Will Smith out of nowhere, you just hear, "Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth, Trenton." My bad.
How'd you get my address?
But yeah, but that's why some of these people have open relationships. They don't talk to us about it because how do you just tell people, yeah, we love each other, we have kids, we live together. But yeah, when I'm on set, I bang the shit out of Margot Robbie, or I fuck the shit out of, I can't think of the last movie Jada Pinkett was in.
Matrix. The last one, the last Matrix, the new.
You dirty, because she was definitely in Girls Trip.
Yeah.
You dirty, because she was definitely in Girls Trip. You Will Smith gonna slap the shit out of you, dog. You better chill.
Oh man, no, that was before or after.
There's a Matrix that came out last year.
Oh, okay, all right. Oh, she was in that.
Yeah.
Oh, Will Smith gonna slap the shit out of me again. Damn, I really thought, why did they bring her back? She was she was a.
All right, let's play the video right quick. We're gonna see what this lady had to say about Tyrese and how the divorce happened.
Equally and sacrifice equally. like, you know, things that I needed, and, you know,
That was a little out of order. Let's go with it. That was out of order.
These niggas hate marrying black women. I tell you.
I have a lot of respect for him. There will always be a part of me that will love him because of like what we share together. And the child that I look at every day, like she looks like him, you know, she looks like us, and like, you know.
Wow.
Yeah. It's just beautiful.
That is something. Are you now in the spirit of potentially even being able to rekindle a relationship like?
Oh my gosh, you just asked me this. Can we get an edit?
Is that a hard question?
It is. It's loaded because of the fact that there's been so much that's happened. You know, like there's been so much that's occurred. Okay. It's my daughter's father. So,
ma'am,
I would say this. I would say that if we were both going to show up and we were both going to
y'all about to say that I freeze? Was this
equally
I was about to
sacrifice equally, like, you know, things that I needed, and, you know, things that, you know, he needed. I wasn't perfect.
Yeah.
Your girl ain't perfect. So I would say that if we were both willing to fight and we were both willing to do certain things, then yes.
Something about that actually makes me very happy.
No, I don't know if that makes
I don't know why.
No, but I'm just saying, like, if it's my child, like, you know, no one wants a broken family. No,
that's exactly that's what it is for me.
Yeah, like if it was something that if it was a situation, you have to hear me, sir. Excuse me. You have to hear me all the way. You have to hear me all the way.
Okay, I'm listening.
Players Club 01. What type of man?
I'm telling you, man, these podcasts are getting out. Now all
of she's sitting down to my bad. Go ahead.
Oh no, you good. I was saying a lot of these podcasts are getting out of hand, man. Like this. It seems like it's like WWE or WWF, men against women, man. Just it's crazy.
It's weird that she's sitting down with these two random motherfuckers. That's just like that's honestly like if she came here to sit down to talk to us about how much she still loves Tyrese. Don't you have Tyrese's number?
Right.
Like if you don't, I'm pretty sure your daughter does. And it's like for you to say, well, no one wants a broken family. You wanted it when you divorced this nigga.
Started.
Like no one cared about the fucking broken family when all these people that you were listening to, why are they on this, like, name names? You know what I'm saying? Like, throw them, like, it's so disingenuous that, you know, this shit happens because I ain't see or hear not one thing. But one, I don't know this woman. I'm not gonna act like I know her name. Formerly known as Mrs. Gibson, whatever the fuck. Yeah, like you're only a visible figure now because of your connection and attachment to Tyrese. Even though you wanted to be out of this relationship, you realized that you can't do. You weren't really building yourself for yourself on your own within this relationship. Like it's always weird. I mean, I'll never know. Just like you'll never know about anybody, the extent of anyone's relationship when they are very vague, when they say, well, there's things that I wish he had done. There's things that I should have done. You know, we're both not perfect. Okay, but you're asking to be took. Like he definitely begged for you back. Like he was definitely willing to make whatever quote unquote changes or imperfections needed to be fixed. To like the fact that I know that. I don't know that for sure. That's just what he showed to social media. This man made a fool out of himself to social media and by thus a good portion of the world. And it's just like the public wooing and the public breaking up. It's literally only, it's like they be trying to do Love and Hip Hop without being on the show. It's like Love and Hollywood. Yeah, instead of Love and Hip Hop, it's Love and Hollywood. But it's always been like that.
Yeah.
Especially when there's no Fast and the Furious right now coming up, you know, not that I don't think. And how many are we on right now? Like 10?
20, ain't it? Oh, dang, I'm saying 20.
You wouldn't be far off.
There's at least a schedule, I think 3 more.
Because they want to give motherfuckers spins offs and shits. Like,
oh yeah, The Rock and old buddy
Hobbs and Shaw. Like, I know Tyrese trying to stick around to insert his character's name here spinoff, because I don't even know. Now that Ludacris is in the franchise, I really don't need Tyrese. Like, not that I watch these movies, but it's like, if there was a black guy, quota is filled, and Ludacris actually provides a function within the team.
You gotta have more than one black and token guy. So that's why Tyrese.
You got The Rock
and Ludacris in this. Nobody don't think The Rock. Look, people.
The Rock is like a wild card that at least 4 different ethnicities can claim. I'm using my black card to claim Dwayne The Rock Johnson for a black actor in the Fast and Furious film.
Yeah, what was that? What was it? Hobbs and Shaw.
Yeah,
we didn't see an African dance in Hobbs and Shaw.
Not at all.
A Samoan tribal dance.
Might just end up hot.
Hey, you still got Shad Moss.
They do got Shad Moss.
Tokyo, Bow Wow.
They do got Shad Moss in the universe. Thank you for putting respect on. Not a lot of people put respect on his adult grown ass name, because this nigga is a 30-year-old.
We're not saying Bow Wow. He a grown man now.
I'm not calling you Bow Wow, nor don't ever think of calling you Little Bow Wow.
That's Shad Moss. That's Shad Moss.
Only thing I had Moss is roll bounce. That's the only
Shad Davies. Whatever the extent of Shad Davies, Shad Aaron, whatever your full fucking name is. I might call you Calvin.
If mama named Bow Wow, I'm gonna call Bow Wow.
If he nasty on the court, I'm gonna call him Calvin. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah.
Let me play this one more video right quick. I just found this one. This one went a little bit more in an explanation about what she wanted to do in the future.
Okay.
This one right quick.
Had different people in my ear at that time, I would not have made that decision. No, I wouldn't. And that's the truth. I try my very best at this point in my life to be what I didn't have in that moment. Because I think that women were like, I'm an extremely emotional person. People that know me know that about me. I'm the kind of person that, like, okay, I feel so strong, and I can ruminate. I can get so lost in my thoughts. I know a lot of women are like that. Like, we're a lot, not all of us, right? But some of us are. Just like a lot of men can be like that. But I know women specifically, I'm ready to be done. I'm ready to be done. I'm ready to be done. I can't stand this. He don't do this. He don't do that. Blah, 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 blah. And we're just focusing on these things. And because you don't have a certain person in your life to check you and say, sis, what about this? What about this? What about these strengths? What about what he's not doing? What, like, those types of things. That can get you thinking about the positive aspects of this person that you may not be thinking about when you're upset. You're only thinking about what you're mad about. You're not thinking about all the other positive aspects of this person. And so in those moments, you need somebody.
Okay,
How old is this woman? She's a mother, so already too old.
How long they been married?
Or were married?
We're married.
I want to know, and it's like, I hate when they do this, because unless you're going to, why talk to me about your relationship unless you're going to give me the specific ins and outs of what made you leave in the first place, especially if you're going to go on this whole press run about how you want to get back together. Because it just sounds like vaguely speaking, it just sounds like y'all was having issues. You was talking to a whole bunch of your friends about it. They convinced you to leave and come back to the streets. You went back to the streets and you found out it wasn't as fun. That, you know, it's kind of misery loves company, and now you accompany in the misery. And now you want back in. Now you want to deal with just one person. Now you know what?
Is this what you call clout chasing? Is this what you call clout chasing?
It would, you know what? Because you don't have connections to that financial, that constant financial income that he was most likely bringing in, even though he was complaining about child support. Yeah, you got to generate it on your own. And the only way, as we're seeing with every wife, Derek Jackson's wife, estranged or what have you, we're seeing with every person that is jilted from a relationship, their motive for income, I'm going to hit the talk show circuit. I'm going to hit the podcast circuit. I'm going to write a book. That's literally how we got Basketball Wives.
So they were married for 3 years.
That's it.
They divorced in 2020.
What? How old is his child?
5.
So who does she give birth to?
Right. So,
Oh.
I'm gonna ask these questions right here.
Okay. So maybe they had a child already, and then he married her 2 years. You know. So okay.
Yeah.
I'll let it be. I'll let it be like that.
So I think this is one of the prime reasons why you'll see the divorce rate for women versus guys is usually between about 70 or 80%. And you always hear that men are not really that loyal. You know, they don't want to work through it. They don't want to try to make the marriage work, but statistics kind of prove otherwise. And I would say, based on what she has said here, and of course there's other little factors you could throw in there too, that because something doesn't sit right with the woman in the marriage, they will make rash decisions to end it and won't work through it. Maybe there was a time where women did do that, and maybe that's because of different financial reasons now, because women can make more money than men, or they can be equal with men, so now they're less likely to stick around. But I would say that a lot of women will probably make emotional decisions and leave based on what other women will say. You know, LT,
emotional decisions under the pretense of building finance or status.
Right. We have talked about this before, LT, about how when you go and talk to your family or friends, you usually only going to tell the bad side that they did. You're only going to tell the good stuff from you. And so, of course, they're going to tell you to leave. You're not going to give the full story. You're going to give like, well, he hit me. Well, you're not going to give that. You punched him and stabbed him a few times. Then he hit you. So, of course, they're going to tell you to leave. So,
you trying to be the victim.
Exactly. Right. And that's probably...
It's literally, you got what you wanted. You told people a side of the story that you wanted them to know. They justified your emotional response of wanting to get out of the situation. You got out of the situation and figured out that it was not truly what you wanted or needed.
I tend to believe that that's probably what happens is they only hear the good stuff that you do and they hear the bad stuff. You want a battery in your back. You want somebody to push you forward to do something you already had thoughts of doing anyway. You want to get a divorce. You just want the choir to preach to you.
We love calling our friends and family members and asking rhetorical ass questions like, now tell me, am I wrong? Tell me, like knowing you don't want them to tell you that you're wrong, knowing that you're not ready to actually hear your friend or your family member say, no, I agree with your significant other. You're moving like a fuck ass. Like you're moving real fucked up. You're holding up the progression of your relationship by being either, you know, not as grateful for the person for the partner that you have, and by not being as good a partner to them as they are to you. Like if you're not ready to hear, and a lot of people aren't ready to hear that. That's why we don't talk to who we need to talk to about relationships. We don't talk to these people were married. Instead of talking to a marriage counselor. Now, again, these people can get on the show and tell us that they did that. But what this woman is telling us out of her mouth is that she spoke to her friends. She spoke to family members. She spoke to people that she knows. And in this day and age, people that you know is literally your followers. It's anywhere between 700 and 7 million people that love you without knowing the negative aspects of you, that don't see the negative aspects of you that a person that you're actually married to and cohabitating would. And you get to control that narrative and use it as your own so that you can justify your ill treatment or your eventual fucking escape.
It sounds like she had an agenda already. The fact you said that thing said they were married 3 years, let's just give or take that last year and a half, they was having conflict, because that's how most sides be like before they ended, like a year or so or a couple of years, it's some conflict. So it's
not married too fast.
3 years that's not a long time being married.
I know this is another thing that's popped in my head. I never can understand, and I've said that several times. LT, you be a witness to that. I hear women will always say that we got this intuition, we just know something's wrong. You keep choosing the wrong people if you just have this intuition. And then why do you need to go talk to all your friends for an answer if you have this intuition? It's only
because you're hoping against hope. You want to be wrong, but in the wrong ways. You want to literally, as the banner is crossing by, you want to ignore these red flags. You want to not see them. You want them to not be red flags. So you literally tell yourself that I can work with this. If this, like you just, again, you come up with reasons to justify. You leave out aspects of the story so that when you explain it to people, you at least look the way you do to others, the way you want to feel in this relationship. You have a level of power and leverage. You can go back to them in the conversation. Like, let's say they were having because what is the conflict? Was he cheating? Was he being unfaithful? I feel like that's common.
He never mentioned it, right?
I haven't heard anything.
Yeah, she never.
Just wanted to
That's what I'm saying. They're very vague about having issues, but these issues were serious enough for you to get divorced and for it to be this public thing to where you're swooning trying to get them back now. So what was the issue that made you leave in the first place? Like, address that. But also, why didn't you want to address it to someone that could actually help? Because you didn't want help. You wanted justification. You wanted to feel right in the emotional decision that you were already going to make anyway, that you already wanted to make. And you spoke to people that pretty much agreed with that. Because the therapist is not going to tell you, well, why don't you bring your husband in? Why don't you bring your wife in? And we could, therapize you guys together. We could see what the root of the problems are. Like, a therapist is never, like, think about that. We literally make it our friends and family members' responsibility to do what people are paid incredibly well for.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why. They want to save some money.
Save some money.
But guess what our friends and family members tell us to do? You need to go out.
Yeah.
You need to be around some people. You need to spend money on getting your hair done, spend money on a new outfit, go somewhere, spend some money on whatever you do. You need to go out and be around and socialize instead of taking time to be by yourself. Get to know self, truly lock in with self, build yourself back up from the ground yourself. Without, like, I hate that we always get to this point that, we don't want to be in relationships. Like, we'll be in a relationship for 1, 2, 3, 4, or whatever years. And when we get out, we just feel like we have to, quote unquote, make up for lost time. And I feel like that's what will lead a person back to running to the person, running either back to the street or running back to the person that you previously left. Because again, you left for a reason, right? Like, unless you want me to see you as emotionally unstable, you left for a reason. So if you got out to the streets and didn't like the way you were getting treated out there, why is your depth of perception only the streets or the past situation that I was in? Why are you not first looking at self? Man, let me be by myself. Let me do my thing. Let me build me as a person.
We living in a city girls, hot girl summer culture right now.
You right. You ain't never lied.
I'm just keeping it real, man. Like,
I try not to make it gender specific because
because
women are duplicating us. They're not. I'm not gonna lie. They are duplicating what we've been on, and our excuse literally is just that we don't know no better. Like, that's literally the depth of the emotional healing that we get when we go through a breakup. Because every man here has been through heartbreak. Motherfucker, you, me, Muhammad, Biggie up on the wall back there. They've all been through it. You know what I'm saying? Like, Muhammad done had many wives and shit. But what people tell us is never to be by yourself, just lock in, meditate, maybe, like, you know what I'm saying, change diet, like, build you as a man. And if they do tell us to do that, they tell us to do that spitefully. They tell us to do that so that we could then possess people, so that we could then lord our newfound abilities over people. But it really needs to start with, instead of trying to rush back out into society to make up for the lost time that we didn't get to interact with everybody, we try to be social butterflies immediately as we break out of that cocoon of a relationship. But stay up, find another cocoon. You're gonna have to cocoon yourself. You shouldn't have been to a cocoon anyway.
I'm gonna tell you the main answer why divorce rates are up. It's not the answer, but it's one of the main answers. It's one of the main answers you can find with any facet of life. It's the path of least resistance. People always want to go on the path of least resistance. When you can go an easier route, that's where you're going to go. In her case, path of least resistance, was it for love or was it for money? Was the path of least resistance to get the money that she wanted to get? Then that's why she went for the divorce. If the path of least resistance was too hard to stay with for love, then she ain't gonna go that route. It's too hard. It's too hard for people to do self-reflection on yourself, because that's not the path of least resistance. That's what you would call a journey. When you go through school, the path of least resistance is to drop out. When you go through school, the hardest part is to go through grades K through 12, or even further in college or whatever like that, and you get a reward for going through all that. The reward for marriage, it's hard to really know, because of course you get love out of it, but that's one thing that's not finite until you die. You don't get any reward really, you just get rewards along the way, and you may get some heartache along the way too. But marriage is a little bit different than anything else you do. You go to the NBA, that's the end for you. You know, you trained your whole life to become great at it. And the end game is you got to the NBA, you became a millionaire. Marriage, you start off in marriage, and that's what's the crazy thing about it, right? Is you go through college, the end game, you become happy and graduate. You go to the practice for the NBA, the end game, you become happy, you make money, and you reach the pinnacle of professionalism in the NBA. Marriage, the crazy thing about it is it starts off good. I haven't been married, but I know you've seen plenty of times, right. And even just relationships, period. It starts off good, and then it gets worse, and then you hopefully it gets back around to where it gets good again, or even better than it was when it first started off. But that's the weird thing about this one facet of life, is marriage and relationships always start off great. The honeymoon phase is what they call it. Sure. Then it gets worse, because you're learning about each other, the bad things about each other. Most people don't want to go through that, because that's not the path of least resistance.
And see, here's where it ties all together, especially with the basketball analogy. If you're doing what you love, especially with who you truly love, because again, if you could go to the NBA, not everybody's going to be Kobe. Not everybody's going to be LeBron. Some people are just going to be the dudes that, you know, put on their sweatsuits perpetually. We've never seen their number. There are some NBA players, I don't even know their number, because I've never seen them take their fucking sweatsuit off. That shit's crazy. But they get a check though. They in the NBA. They can say they're in the NBA, which there's literally millions and there's billions of people who cannot say that they are in the NBA or could even hope to make it to that level of what we perceive as success. But they're not the superstars. They're not the ones that are getting the most success that they possibly could out of the NBA, because either they just don't have the natural God-given ability to make that kind of thing work for themselves, or they're not putting in that kind of work for themselves. Like, how many times have we heard athletes say that, oh, I wasn't particularly athletic growing up, but I practiced, but I worked at it. Like I put time into it. Like I spent time in the gym. I spent time honing my craft. And you're not always going to be the number one player in the league. Michael Jordan didn't win a championship every year that he went. He didn't even go to the finals until his first after his first 7 years. We all know that. That's historical fact. We're North Carolinians. He's pretty much a folklore legend around these parts. When Michael Jordan passes away, God forbid, he's gonna be like John Henry or some shit. Like John Henry, like just imagine him like putting the motherfucking nails in the ground with two basketballs. And see, I took that person.
John Henry.
Folklore story where the guy beat the machine that could nail nails into a railroad track faster.
Black man.
and he raced the machine to put the nails in the railroad track. He ended up dying, but he won the race.
His heart gave out, but goddamn it, he beat that machine. Fuck the industrial industry.
Just a side note, I don't know if you've seen this movie or not, and don't see it based off of my recommendation.
Okay.
Terry Crews, you made a movie called John Henry. Do not see
my God, no, I don't want to see that.
Do not see it.
I don't want to see it, but I kind of want to hate watch it.
No, do not. If you want to waste your LT, if you want to waste your life,
Terry Crews did that bad.
It's that bad.
Oh man,
do not see
a breakdance scene in it.
It's horrible. It has nothing to do with John Henry either.
Oh my goodness.
It has nothing. His name is John Henry. That's it. That is it.
Some gangster.
Do not watch that movie. It's probably still on Netflix.
When did it? Oh, it just recently dropped.
Like 3 years ago.
Damon in the movie. I had a nightmare about that niggas last night.
Oh, Ludacris is the villain in the movie, just in case.
Shit, not Christopher Bridges. Shit, I might. You're not making it sound like I'm not gonna enjoy hate watching it. You're not. I'm gonna be honest.
All right, go ahead.
You're not making it like where is that? Tubi.
Report it. Shouldn't even take this movie. That's how bad it is. I've seen better movies independently made on Tubi.
It's on Tubi, ain't it? It's on Tubi. It's
either
on Tubi or Zeus.
It shouldn't even be on Zeus. It should be on backyard.
Zeus is really just porn with the story.
At the thrift store with the boxes of DVDs.
It shouldn't even be on there.
Just throw them shits in there.
It's so bad, it should be drawn with hands. That's how bad it is.
Oh my God.
I'm just warning you. You've been warned.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it on Halloween. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it on Hallows Eve. I'm gonna do it on the 30th.
Hallows Eve.
Let's get back to the subject. So yeah, again, old girl. The main thing I'm trying to focus on.
Yeah, we don't even know her name. Tyrese, Miss X's Gibson.
Samantha something.
What's her nationality?
Gibson. I don't know. I don't know everything.
Latin America. Portugal.
Her name just disappears on this article. Samantha something is her name, I believe her name. Yeah, Samantha Gibson, I guess was her name before she got married. Yeah, Samantha Gibson, that's her name.
They have points.
So, yeah, the what she was talking about in the video, where she's gotten advice from her friends, or not even just her friends. It could be her lawyers, it could be, like I said, family members and stuff like that. You know, what do you guys have to say about that, and how they helped her make this decision? And she says she regrets even following their advice. What do you guys have to say about that? Let me hear.
Well, like that video, I don't know if you played it. The one you had sent me, she said, divorce is, the family loses and the lawyer wins. Okay. You know what I'm saying? She mentioned what Jay-Z said in the song, nobody wins when the family feuds.
Yeah.
But she already knew that, though. Mm-hmm. She knew that. It just like trying to play innocent. And like now, like you said, both of y'all said like she ain't got what she wanted. Like, you know what I'm saying? Now she trying to, play the innocent, not guilty, I'm gonna take this off real quick. I gotta take that off real quick. Now,
okay.
I think a lot of us can relate to something like this. I recently got splitting up for, I didn't cheat or nothing. It's just off emotions. And it's like we live in a society that now, all because, the day is not sunny and it's raining. It's like, you know what? I don't want this. You know what I'm saying? Trent, like you said, we don't know technically why she filed for divorce. But like, what did Tyrese do wrong? That's, you know what I'm saying? That's what we look at.
What do you want from me?
It just, you know what I'm saying? To me, she giving me vibes. I'm not trying to beat. I'm not trying to make this a sexist thing, but we all know these celebrity Hollywood, relationship and marriages, man. It's like a business to a lot of people. They take it in like it's a business.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? And like we all know, like I said earlier, but then if it's 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, either less or at least half, or maybe even more than half of that time, there was conflict. And it's like 3 years. It sounded like within after like the first year, it like conflict kind of like just took over the marriage. And like, what was it? What was it like? Something that serious to get to the point where the third year, all right, you done, and you had the child before you got married. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
right. Use the excuse of like, no one wants a broken home. You knew that going into this. You knew that. Your
Right.
lawyer knew that. And what I think it is, like, to answer your question, Red, I feel like the way the family and friends should feel is I can't wait to read their books. You know what I'm saying? I can't wait to see them go on their press tour runs about we'll see. All I said was all I told. See, I'm actually Samantha's aunt, and she was talking to me the most like as you like so many people are able to to go back to your analogy about in school how we could just drop out, take the path of least resistance. We'll find ways around trying to get that A. We'll pay someone to do our homework for us. Right. We'll try to cheat off of someone's paper. We're cheaters, and we'll get mad at them for not letting us cheat off of their paper. Like, we will literally look for shortcuts that in actuality generate more force or generate more energy exerted than actually just putting the time and effort into, I don't know, studying, trying to be better at this thing. If you claim to want good grades, study. Don't just expect an A. If you claim to want to be a professional athlete, practice. Right. Don't just, in J. Cole, I love the quote, or, when J. Cole talks about it, he was like, I thought I was going to the league by doing dumb shit, just walking around, dribbling the basketball and shit, walking around, acting like I was dribbling the basketball, shooting and shit. Meanwhile, niggas is actually in the gym. Niggas is actually getting 100 shots, 200 shots, 500 shots. Niggas is actually working with trainers. Niggas is actually putting money into themselves. And I think what happened was, especially when you're the family member or the friend of someone who is attached to someone, I feel like when you're that star of someone, you always have to be wary of that, because those people literally see you as dollar signs. Like we can see it time and time again with celebrities. Like, there were so many people that were taken advantage of by people that claim to love them, fans that claim to love them, significant others that claim to love them. Like, it's a tale as old as Hollywood itself, but literally it's probably as old as time itself. Like, if I don't truly love this woman, but her dad is the king, I'm gonna marry this wench. Coming to America. I'm gonna marry this wench, you know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna get that kingdom. But I don't even really I got mad chambermaiden, so it's whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, we truly put too much emphasis on trying to understand what these people don't want us to know. And what they don't want us to know is the exact reasons of why they chose to end their relationship. They just want to generate our attention and interest off of their relationship, just them. And it's like, stars are the most narcissistic stars. Celebrities want to be celebrities. That's like the most narcissistic thing you can be, because you literally feel entitled to people's
social media stars.
Oh yeah,
social media, even as high a level as an actor. You know what I'm saying? There was no reason for Tyrese to hop on his phone and tell us what was going on in his marital affairs.
Right.
Wow. But it's because the nature of the business that they're in, they don't handle things like, sometimes they don't have to, if they don't have to handle things in legal court, that means they've probably handled it in the court of public opinion. If they can win that, sometimes by the time that they actually get to legal court, it's just like, it's great. Like, we've seen murderers get off, allegedly. OJ did.
Well, that kind of goes back to my point with, telling your family and friends about how your relationship goes, because you want somebody to push you in the right direction of where you already want to go. That's why celebrities go on social media, because they want their fans, who are going to not tell them they're doing anything wrong, to push them somewhere they already want to go. And then that's also why certain celebrities when someone does push back against them, they'll respond to the people in the comments with such vitriol versus how the people who are positively talking to them, they won't even worry about all the thousands of people that are talking positive about them. They'll worry about the three people who are talking negative about them because they didn't want to hear the unbiased.
I'm so used to people loving me and adoring me.
Exactly.
It's nothing. It's literally nothing. Attention again, they feel entitled to attention. And a thought that I just had, as to like why all celebrities don't just go to therapy or counseling. When you live in a world that is literally created as your life is manifested and created, it's like some of these celebrities, they don't even, their names that we know them by aren't even their real names. Jamie Foxx, aka Eric, what the fuck?
Bishop.
Yeah, Eric Bishop, goddamn, from Terrell, Texas. But there's so many things that are.
Oh, he froze up on us. He's about to say something candid.
Yeah.
LT, you froze up on us, man. I guess he'll be back in a second. But yes, man, what do you have to say about that? As far as, again, people seeking validation from outside sources. Like I said, I think that's the path of least resistance because they don't want someone to tell them that they're wrong. That's why they go to their fans, family, and friends. Some friends will tell you that. All friends really gonna tell you what you want to hear, so they don't want to hurt your feelings, or they don't want you mad at them. There's certain friends that's gonna tell you the truth. It's hard to find those. So do you agree with that notion that that's how most people, and celebrities and just regular people included, is that what they seek?
It's not. For whatever reason, I don't know why. When you and LT's talk, I just thought about Kanye, man, and how many yes men he got around him. Yeah. It's like these last, maybe 10, 15 years, Kanye just, whatever day he wake up, however he feel, whatever he want to do, he got people around like, hey, go for it. Even though we know, like, yo, Kanye, what type of time you on, dog? Like, the whole situation where you can say Kim K and what was the other girl before he got with her? Is it Amber Rose or something?
Oh yeah, Amber Rose. Yeah.
I don't care what Kanye say, man. He know they track record. He know their history. He know what the public and social media look as them as. Mm-hmm. He chose to be with them women.
Yeah.
But because he got yes men around there, yeah, man, Kanye, Kim K.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Probably one of the most popular people in the world right now.
Wrong reasons.
For the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
But when you ain't got people, and for all we know, we don't know if Kanye had people that was trying to like, yo, I don't know about this. And he probably cut them off. Mm-hmm. For all we know, Jigga, Jay-Z probably one of them folks, and
I think they don't see eye to eye with that relationship for what I've heard. I don't know that rumors or whatever.
Right.
Or Beyonce don't like one.
Right.
But yeah.
Yeah, when you got, when you a celebrity, got high stature and you got yes men or yes women around you, it's like hard to really see like the picture for what it is, because you got people filling your head.
Sometimes people are put in your life to manipulate you purposely. That's the point that I was trying to get at before they cut me off. Just like they created Hollywood and they created the Middle East.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about.
Right.
They will literally put people in your life just so that you question the things around you. You can't even really just seek therapy because this person might prescribe you some medication.
There you go.
And you might not ever be yourself again. Like, these are the things that celebrities, the people who actually give themselves away and sign their lives and their images and their likenesses away to what is celebrity. This is what they have to deal with. This is the price of fame. Like, everyone thinks it's literally you just get given money and gifts and love. The price is you're not able to conduct life without people wanting something from you always. You're always going to have to protect you because people are always going to be out to get you in a positive sense and in a negative sense.
Yeah. I'm going to give you another example, though, what we've been talking about. We've all been teenagers. Some have been further away from that age than others.
Yeah, it's been a minute. It's been over a decade. You know,
it's been a minute for you, about 2 hours for me. But remember, I can at least remember, and I don't think I was that bad, but most of us have had times when we were teenagers where we rebelled or we started to rebel, especially guys.
Hell yeah.
I probably women too, the girls too, but where we start smelling ourselves and we want to follow the crowd and we want to do what they doing. And we don't want to listen to our parents, even though they've already been through it and they got the experience.
Right.
We want to follow peer
You're not about to do it like I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, and we want to do what they're doing because we're already being pushed in that direction. We just want the peer pressure is really just tell you to go in that direction anyway. We don't want to hear us. No, don't do that because it's gonna get you in trouble and possibly put you in prison for the rest of your life. We want to go in that direction. It's hard during that time because, of course, hormones and all that stuff, but it's the same thing in pretty much every facet of life. Everybody wants to go to the path of least resistance. Everybody wants someone to tell you go in the direction you already want to go. We don't want to always listen to people who may be wiser than us because it's go against what we want to do. That's something that comes from purity. Yeah. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like Samantha, Tyrese's ex, has reached that part yet. Maybe she has now because she's now regretting it. But, and also too with a lot of divorces or whatever like that, I think that's what happens is it's like it's too hard. I don't want to have to work on it. I want to go somewhere where I can just relax on my own and hopefully find someone else. But here's the other thing. When people get remarried, I've mentioned this statistic before, the chances of the marriage drops. And or
lasting.
Yeah, especially when it's done so publicly.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, and just everybody. And the reason
we don't think about that because our relationships, when we break up, it's in private. Like I could break up with my significant other, and if I don't want the world to know about that, the world would never know about that until like whatever the fuck. But when you are a celebrity, when you are a high profile person that shows up with red carpet events with this person on your arm, you've done interviews, you've let people in your house, lifestyles of the this and the that, magazine covers and shit for, you know, if you sat on Oprah's couch and gushed about your relationship and then y'all break the fuck up. Oh no, that's the hottest. that's a news story as well. You know what I'm saying? Because again, like the path of least resistance for us down here on the non-superstar level is keeping up and obsessing with the lives of these people. And that's why we're in the rut that we're in. The people that we idolize don't stay in relationships for too long. Like when you're a kid, when you're a teenager, you want to rebel against adults. But the coolest people you know, the people you look up to are adults. Your rappers, your movie stars, your athletes.
Yeah.
Entertaining adults.
Entertaining.
Because they're not telling you anything that you don't want to hear.
Yeah. Back to what I was saying too, about again how the divorce rate increases the more times you get married. Because I used to have an understanding or thought anyway that if you should learn, you would learn from your past divorce, and so you're gonna carry it into the next one. Really, all it does is it makes you more resistant to go through the things that you probably experienced in the past one. So you don't want to go through that again. You already got a wall up. So it's like if the next person did anything my first one did, or my second, third, and fourth one did, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. So it's too hard. Yeah. It's not the path of least resistance. So that's why if you got to work at it.
Right. I'm so glad you brought that up. About a couple of years back, I seen a pastor, man. He was talking about how the American culture, you know, you think about from like when you talking about high school, to where you even like where you at now. A lot of folks has practiced the whole, I don't know what to call it, like breaking up, just splitting away from a partner that you don't want. Yeah. And it's like it becomes so second nature. It's like you said, putting in the work. A lot of people, it's like unfamiliar because they so used to, you know what I'm saying, just breaking up. Like, you know what? I'm not happy no more. You think people that been married 30, 40, 50 years, they probably had a 3, 4 year, 5 year stretch. They ain't just like each other, but they know at the end of the day, they ain't gonna find nobody like the person that they have in front of them. They know that's what God put them together, so they gonna work it out. A lot of people don't want to do it, like working a job, like the work. People don't want to do that work, so they look at, well, the easier thing to do is just leave. But then they real like Samantha, she realized, dang,
go get that what was they doing, the PPP loan.
Be rolling in.
I ain't working at McDonald's no 30 years.
But you know they was gonna open stuff right back up, and then guess what? You gotta go back to work.
Right, and it could have been working there so long with a short amount of people. That's how I look at it. If there's only 3 people working McDonald's, and that means you got a quicker route to become manager. Because you ain't got to compete with a whole bunch of people.
Right.
But that would be
hard. There's a whole bunch of management levels in between. There's shift leader.
Yeah.
They'll do anything to not give you actual status, and they'll give you, you know what? They'll give you a status that you would have to enforce by putting in more work, but they will not pay you what you were worth for it. I worked at McDonald's for like 3 days.
Oh yeah.
No one ever pays you
for sure.
3 days. It was during COVID, height of COVID. They were about to fire me, but I quit instead.
You jumped the game.
I sucked at it. I'm not gonna lie. I sucked at it because what I realized, I don't like this shit. I don't like being here. Like, y'all like doing this, and everyone had the same consensus. No, I don't want to be here. Ideally, I would be. I'm really just trying to get to. I'm just. Then why are you here?
What position did you work, LG?
I didn't even get a position yet. I was there for 3 days. Like the first day, you sit in the lobby and do your computer shit the whole time. Like you just sit there and you just do stuff. You do your little assessments. You fill out your paperwork. They don't really have you doing nothing. They just walk you around and show you shit on your first day. Your second day, you know what I'm saying, you might do some shit you didn't get to finish. If you was a slowpoke, I would take my time finishing it, because I know the second day they're gonna try to put your ass to work. They want you on time. Matter of fact, be here a little early because you knew, and we need to show you how to do everything so you know how to do everything, because we can't slow down McDonald's for your new ass. McDonald's is already a well-oiled operating machine. If you can't get with it, you'll get the fuck lost. And like I said, that's what they were about to do. It's literally get rid of you because you're not benefiting me at this moment. I'd only been there for 3 days, and they was about to sit me down and say, "Hey, Trent, do you know if this is for you? For real?"
Man, come on, man.
And I answered them straight up, like, no, it's not. I'm used to, I've been a server before. Like, I'm used to casual dining. I'm used to serving. I'm used to being able to take my time when I'm serving someone and not having to cook it my goddamn self. I can cook for myself. I don't
kangaroo
like
meat
for money. I never be like a fry cook or a flipping the fries ass nigga, because I might forget, leave them hoes in there a little too long. I like them crispy. You might want yours a little chewy. That's not, you know what I'm saying? That's ill. I don't like that. But that's what I'm saying. I actually liked waiting. I actually like customer service. I like hospitality. I like to converse with people. You know what I'm saying? So I was good at my job. You know what I'm saying?
You were at McDonald's, LT?
Yep. On Cedar Creek Road.
McDonald's? That's the same. It's synonymous. I've never heard of such at McDonald's. You have to show me how it's done.
Yes. Yeah. And then they got the kids that coming right after high school.
Yeah.
Yeah. They on their phone while you ordering.
Do you want something? Oh, you want me to order with you? Yeah.
Yes.
Yo, I was so lost. Like when there was nothing to do, like when all the line was closed, I would just be standing there like, okay, so we got a minute, y'all. Anybody want to talk about anything? You know what I'm saying? Let's go. And they all walking back. It's like, you need something to do? Like, I don't. It's like you ask, like, yo, why you not doing nothing? I don't wanna. You want me to be enthusiastic about cleaning the McFlurry machine? That's why it's always broken.
Because nobody has any get up and go and clean it up.
Yeah.
Makes sense. All right. Well, let's leave this one. And we're going to segue into the next one based off of what we talked about last week. The Cheesecake Woman.
Man,
The Cheesecake Woman has
the internet going crazy.
She's created a fire amongst men and women about first dates. You know, there's a list going around about dating period or first dates. Yeah, there's a couple of lists. I think I got the video for. I think LT, you saw it. You said it was the biggest waste of time of your life. Which, no, it's not the biggest waste of time of your life. John Henry will be the biggest waste of time of your life.
No, I'm gonna watch that because, like I said, I'm gonna hate watch it, and it's gonna be cool.
Oh man.
Yeah, well, make sure you do not eat something before you do it, because you won't fall asleep. Don't drink nothing before you do it. Don't get high. Make sure you get a
How long is the movie?
Too long.
Me not to be.
It's 30 seconds too long. Like the credits is the most exciting thing to me.
Dang.
Yeah, but yeah.
Is it like a Marvel movie got seen after the credits?
No, it's like a piece
if
of
they
picture.
put it, I would see. This is why I don't need to be in Hollywood, because see, I. All right, so I love the idea, right? But what we need to do is we need to put Hulk Hogan in the film. We need to put Hulk Hogan having arm wrestle with a Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Oh man,
I might check that out. See, let me see real quick. I'm gonna see if I got this video. I don't know if this is the old video or the new video. Let me see. Let me pop it up.
Okay.
No, this is the old.
Let me just get the door for you. Okay.
This is what they call it?
Yeah, that's the old.
He got me at the Cheesecake Factory.
Recording. The courting woman.
Yeah, I'm sure. I thought I had the newer video up. That's not the video I was looking for, but the video I was talking about. Oh, girl,
we don't need her. We don't need a last time on this ungrateful bit.
She responded to.
Oh, you talking about old girl?
Yeah, it's the same one. She responded to how she felt about people talking about her, about this viral video of her not wanting
a lot of people talking about it, or
they made a list of restaurants not to go on.
You know what? Dates. I did hear about that, so you know what? You're right. A lot of people are talking about it.
So, there you go, right there.
Yeah, we'll pop it up. Bro.
This is crazy, man. This is crazy.
Man, we don't have any ladies on the show tonight for this. This is.
I wish Preezy was up here to talk about.
Oh yeah, I know.
It's going to be a good restaurant. Is it quiet enough?
Yeah.
And see, I can only say it right now because she like Laura Preezy is more of a lady than the women that we talk about.
All right, so we got it up here. We got Cheesecake Factory. That's the obvious one. You can't take them to Applebee's.
This is crazy.
Chili's, which Applebee's and Chili's are basically
the movies.
Yeah.
Chipotle, I don't know. Chipotle, I like Chipotle.
So if I met you in a nightclub, I could never take you to a nightclub. Like if I meet you at any of these places, I can never take, even Red Lobster. Like if I movie night, like ice cream. So
church.
What do you want to do as a church?
Well, hey yo, who made this list?
So I guess we're going to art museums now, right?
You gonna reject God?
We're going to art museum. We're taking walks around the
functions. Number 20. Come on, man.
No family functions, because now you think she want to have keys with you early, so can't do that. No movie night. Okay, you don't want to go
crazy,
home for a night. That's up to you. Somewhere that requires a long drive. That's one of them. Bowling, because she ain't trying to sweat. Nightclubs, we mentioned that one. Hookah bars, a bar.
See, you would never think that every woman, because here's a list of places women absolutely refuse to go on a first date to. And thank you to all the ladies who reached out to me to help me on my list. Now, I'm going to be honest. Who were these ladies that reached out to you? What are their dating situations? Where do they go on dates? And why such a negative way to address the topic? Instead of telling me where you don't want to go, where would you like to go?
Man, look, I just can't believe, like, y'all ever be having to feel like, are you serious right now? This is where the world coming to type of moment. I can't believe people are literally on social media arguing about places that they not paying for. Like, who turns down free food? I don't care if it is McDonald's. If I don't have to pay, what's the problem?
Well, I don't know
If you
if
have a
I
specific
can understand.
Oh, yeah.
It's not giving the customer service that is needed, so I can understand that. So
Applebee's, I'm not turning down no free Applebee's.
2 for 20.
2 for 20.
What is I could be completely wrong.
Okay.
For what I understand, I could be completely wrong. What they're judging for Cheesecake Factory, these restaurants, family function, I guess church. I don't know how to.
That's crazy.
What I think I'm getting from it is like based on where you taking them is based on what you're going to do for them in the future. Based off the first day. If you take them to somewhere exquisite, you're going to give them an exquisite lifestyle. If you take them to McDonald's, that's going in the marriage vows where they say richer for poor, you're more likely going to go to the poorhouse. You know, they don't think you're going to go and elevate them because women tend to want to date up. They want you to elevate them. So I think that's where I'm getting at with the people who made this list. Not to say every woman's like this, but from this list, if you agree with this list, I'm thinking that's your mentality.
They should have made another list of places just for so we can get an understanding of their mindset of the places to go. Like,
it's just the kind of a constant. You're wrong if you do this, instead of you're right if you do this.
You want to go out of space?
No, that wouldn't do.
That's too long.
Because here's what I feel like would have to happen for someone to tell you of their standards. They would have to open themselves up to being judged as well. If you want me to meet you on your standards, are you up to those standards on your own? And that's why I'm saying this for me as a man is the equivalent of taking advice from Cosmopolitan magazine. And I don't mean that in an offensive way. It could sound that way though, but I don't know these women and I don't know where their advice is. Like I'm not going to take my dating advice from people who I don't even know dating habits, because I'm not building my dating habits based upon what some people that I don't even know if I want to date are telling me to do. I date on a person-to-person level. I'm not approaching every single person if they are the same. I'm just not going to do that.
Yeah, this is crazy. I'm sorry. It's just can I use the word baffled? It's just like, I don't know, man. It's just like even if it's I don't know. I grew up, man. Hey,
strip clubs in there.
Yeah, like was that even on the list? Let's say anything that has a drink on bar.
Sometimes they got wings.
Because we have to sit here and wonder where we're supposed to take women. Now we're just left to wonder, where do we even take women? And it's not a collaborative effort. It's literally just being told we're wrong for the things that we've been doing in the past and figure it out now.
I didn't see strip clubs up there.
You see strip clubs up there?
They might be okay with that.
That's crazy, man.
Might just be okay with it.
Said no food chain restaurant.
So and it's crazy because when I go to these places, I see women there. That's like I haven't been to any of these places and not seen women there. It's like you don't go. It's
Yeah, this is crazy.
They got standards, man.
Standards.
Would you have informed the person of where you would like to go?
Hey.
Would you take them on you would take them?
And again, on a first date, if we're talking about a first date, or are we talking about a date?
Is there any place you wouldn't take them on a first date as far as
first date? No, I'm not going to my family's house.
The only reason why I say this place, because of my own experience, and maybe I have to go again. Wingstop because that'd be the only place because the experience I had with lemon pepper wings, I tasted more pepper than wings. That's my only thing with that, to answer your question.
I've never been this.
Yeah. I say I have to try it again. I heard good things about, Rick Ross. He talk about it all the time. Lemon pepper wings.
I seen the meme with him.
Yeah. But other than that's it. I grew up, man. Hey, man, you don't turn down free food, male, female, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Majority of the time, your first date, dude pays the bill. Just treating them, not trying to get to know each other.
It's a competition thing, I think, for women, because they want to see, again, if they're dating other guys as well initially, and they see where you're going to take them compared to somebody else. And again, based on where you take them is probably based on how the rest of their life may end up with you. It sounds crazy. Do they basing that off of how the rest of their life will go off of? But
was Picnic up there?
I didn't see Picnic up there. Probably going like, no, there's too much nature and there's birds and stuff. So they probably
but treat you like a queen.
Coffee dates.
Coffee date? Nah, come on. This is crazy. Coffee dates?
Your house. I'm honest.
Coffee dates for
movies. Baby, family functions.
LT, you stay in Fayetteville. I seen so many daggone females at the coffee scene right there. What's that? Skybo? McPherson. Come on, man. This is crazy. That's cap, man. This list is cap. Bold letters.
Man, shoot, I don't get the main thing I would think you're going on a date for is to get to know each other.
Yeah.
And once you get to know each other, then I guess you can decide whether to go through the non-chain restaurants and stuff like that. That also tells me, if you're mad at a picnic now, what about later on in the future? You know, ever? Yeah. You never want to go on a family function? Do you hate kids? Well, I don't want to have a kid with you. You don't go to family functions at all. That lets me know about your mentality very early.
I think the biggest thing is the most.
That's a very good point. Like that's what I mean by you can't move with everyone the same. Like, as you could say, a picnic could be a date. Again, when people are taking their dating advice from social media and you're being told that this man only loves you if he does these things for you, and it doesn't line up with what social media is telling you, not factoring in that if I like art, every woman that I interact with, especially if this is our first date with, I don't know if they like art. I could take them to the art museum and they could be like, this is boring. Why did you bring me here? Or the last guy I was with brought me to art museums and I'm trying to get up. Like, again, every person, every encounter is different. I don't think we can just put broad strokes or make a generalized list of what a person can't do, because again, if men were to do this, there would be so many men saying, actually, no, I like to go to this place. Well, don't speak for me. So that's why I always question who is speaking for whom.
I think, also too, man, it's the communication thing is real important too. Before, when you figure out like, what you like, what's your favorite color, all that, elementary stuff, figure out like what you like to eat before y'all even get in the car. Is it Trent music?
I think he's talking somebody.
Okay. Yeah, man. So I think all these lists and stuff, all these social media posters, I think there's a lot of people leaving out that community. Well, most people will communicate, what they like to eat and whatnot before they even take that step. Talking about first date. So,
well, as you mentioned earlier, there's another list. Seems like almost like the Scrubs 40 Thieves. Battle back in the day, TLC Scrubs, what pigeons, pigeons. So men responded in kind after seeing this list, and they made their own list.
They ain't speaking for me.
Nah, it wasn't.
I ain't even look at the whole. It was like women, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't on places. It was
On women.
It was based on who,
Oh, man.
on who they should not date. So that's
This is crazy.
wow, this list up here.
Oh yeah.
All right, so we got
Got my man the tux.
all right. So you make a list of what's really important on the first date if you really want to impress her. Okay, no, this one's about I guess impressing her on the date.
Okay.
So you should be there early. Don't leave her waiting. Grab her some flowers and a small card letting her know you appreciate her time. Open doors for her. Compliment her. Wow, you look beautiful. Even if it's a lot. Settle her in with a hug. A hug can determine a lot. Number 6, smell good and she will be even when she gets home. Number 7, be attentive. Stay off your phone.
Let me get this off here, y'all. 1.
Number 8, leave the date. Okay?
Be there early so you don't leave her waiting. Grab her some flowers and a small card letting her know you appreciate her time. Open doors for her. Compliment her while you are beautiful.
LT, can you hear us?
Let's see. Settle her in with a hug. A hug can
hear.
LT, can you hear us?
What?
Can you hear us?
Oh yeah, I can.
Okay, I was about to say I was reading them off one by one. Okay.
Oh my bad. I was just louder.
Oh, number 9. I was saying number 9. Make sure to smile and keep eye contact. Number 10. Make her laugh because a sense of humor is everything. Number 11. Always walk on the outside of the street. A lot of people don't know that.
Right. Yeah,
no,
that's crazy.
No, people don't know a lot about that.
Outside, yeah.
Yeah. Don't let her get run over. Number 12. Ask her how she's feeling and if she needs it. Number 13. Keep the conversation interesting, of course. That really ends the date quick if you can't talk. Number 14. Stay in the moment.
Yeah.
Number 15. Remember that an ex doesn't exist. So you don't want to talk about your ex and repeating her name.
Right.
It's supposed to be about her.
Right.
Number 16. Be honest. Number 17. Don't make the date all about you. Let her speak. Number 18. Know something about the menu to recommend. You go to McDonald's, you know what the menu is about. So there you go.
Yeah.
Number 19. Make sure you handle the whole bill. Number 20. Let her know that you had a great time when wrapping the date. Number 21. If she lets you drop her off, walk her to her door and text her. Guessing that's when you get home. Got something in the way. Let me get that. See what that last.
I ain't know it.
Text her once you get back in your car to make sure that she.
I ain't see this list. I seen another list with really. Okay.
Yeah, I got that one too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, let's speak on this list. What y'all think about this list in particular?
I don't see no wrong. You know what I'm saying? Just being in a gym. Just absolutely positively nothing wrong with being a gentleman on a date to a woman that, you pursue. Especially if they, carry themselves well and well mannered, very ladylike, You just being grown and mature and respectful, Just being a gentleman. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
No problem. I don't have a problem with this list.
Mm.
Yeah, she's probably gonna be worried about a lot of stuff in here. I don't know. Until LT.
Yeah, I was thinking, is he trying to talk to me?
To the side.
Yeah. It looked like he's going in. I was like, okay.
Like the person is out. Like, sorry. LT, you looking right at us, man. I can't tell.
Okay, get back on.
Okay.
We ain't know if you was talking to us. It looked like you spitting knowledge, brother.
You know what I'm saying? I just had a little bit of, because the difference I see between these two lists are, one is literally based upon telling a person what is wrong about what they have been doing, and one is about instructing about how to conduct yourself win out with this person so that you are the most engaging part of the date. There's a clear difference between what we are seeking from a date. I feel like sometimes, yeah, you're seeking an experience, but when it comes to women dating us, it seems like we as the men are not the most important part of the experience to them. It has to be about where we're going and what we're doing, and not us. It's literally just what we can do for them. And that's really painful to think about sometimes. It's really disheartening because, again, the thought that actually goes into it, the effort that actually goes into it goes unnoticed, uncared about, and so immediately perceived as just being easy. But if we always change this conversation in the context of it, is it the first date? Is it a date? How well do I know this person? If I'm trying to date you based upon the you that I've been getting to know in the few days that we've been talking, how much do I truly know about you to take you to a date that is personally tailored to your likes and interests? Because is that the things we're truly talking about in the first few moments of us getting to know each other? Because again, we're not meeting in any of these places. We're not meeting in art museums. We're not meeting on walks in the park. We're not meeting at these interesting, extravagant events that we want to be taken to. We're meeting online. We're meeting on social media. We're meeting on swiping left and swiping right. We're meeting in non-corporeal, non-physical ways in which we've already seen the quote unquote elements of someone that we actually want, because our profiles allow us to do that. I'm this old, I'm this tall, I'm this weight. Here go some pictures of me. Here go my hobbies and interests and this and this and this and that. I could do that for you as much as I want, but I don't know you for real. Like, and we literally go based upon what that profile tells us the person is, and they could literally hop in the message and tell us something different. We spend too much time trying to differ how we're focusing on the different ways that we do things and how the other side has been doing things wrong, instead of trying to help the other side do things better for us. We don't, and I say it all the time, we don't speak to each other like we love each other or like we like each other. Yeah. Just telling a person where you don't want to go does not help them to know where you want to go or what you want to do. To feel like that they have to have everything planned out for you in certain instance is kind of naive. Like, you want them to plan out everything so that it feels like an experience that you've never felt in certain aspects, but not in the aspects of my life that I still want to be in control of. There still needs to be some autonomy. And again, that's why I always boil it down to, I'm not going to, not to say I'm not going to give the same need to everyone that I am with, but I've definitely given a lot of myself to people who did not deserve it. I've definitely given a little bit of myself to people who deserved it more. And as someone was just telling me, it's all about choosing better. Maybe we should take a little bit longer before we actually decide to go on first dates so that we actually get to know each other. That's like, again, if I didn't meet you under the pretext of knowing that you like to do these things, I would literally either have to like doing them myself to make it, or I would just have to be doing what you want us to do on this date. So either we're going to take more time to communicate and converse about what we actually want to do together, what our actual intentions are. Because again, you want this person to go all out on the quote unquote first date. If we're going with first date, you want this person to go all out and really surprise you on the first date. But what are you surprising them with?
That's a good point. You or a guy is going to take a woman out on a date. It's always going to put himself out there. The thing is, as you said, how do you know that this person deserves this stuff? You are putting yourself out there to be hurt, to waste your time and money for a person that may not deserve it. But that's been the nature of the game for centuries. We're hoping by all those things that was in the past list, make her feel she's reassured and she's taken care of on the first date, that she's going to pick you on a gauntlet or a bevy of other guys, and she may not pick you. That may be the only date, and you've done all that to make sure she feels special,
Same case with
But
men.
what she do?
It's like a job interview.
It is.
Yeah.
It is a job interview.
Yeah.
But what did she do to make sure you feel that way? What did the cheesecake girl make sure to do for the other guy to make sure he felt like he was a unique being?
Yeah.
You should take me here or do this for me because look at me because of this. That would turn me off so bad that I'm dropping her off back at home.
Like, are y'all saying like y'all looking for like appreciation from them?
Some, I mean, let me know that I may be one of the top candidates.
Oh,
You know, a lot of times you don't know that. A lot of times
because you don't hear no feedback.
Yeah, you don't know nothing. You just like, I don't know if she liked it or not. She ain't responding. She ain't calling back. So I just wasted my resources for nothing. And now I got to carry that emotion into the next day, into the next day.
And even if I did something that I think was a good date, if it was not what you liked or what you wanted, it's a bad date. I lost like.
Mostly, that's just the nature of the beast. That's been that way for centuries for guys. It's changed a little bit to where now if someone want to go Dutch and pay half and half, and so maybe there's no hard feelings. But for the most part, I think it's still the same way. Guys want to pay for this and pay for that and make you feel like, hey, I'm the top candidate that I can take care of you based on what I do on this first date. Like I said, everything when dating is an audition for marriage.
Yeah,
that's what it is. It's a tryout.
Yeah.
That you showing, hey, I am that guy. That
Our tryout is literally only the wallet. It's not how are you presenting yourself.
Yeah.
That's what I did not see on the females list at all whatsoever. How did this man?
It's very true.
Like, you're so worried about where you're going and what you're doing and not doing. Like, are you worried about who you are with? Because that's going to dictate what they have in mind.
That's very true. If he had a great personality, but he didn't pay for nothing, he X'd out automatically. And that I don't have no problem with if that's what women are looking for. Maybe she's outside your price range, but it's not the same way for women. We don't look for what's in your wallet. We don't care about your college education. We care about what you can provide going forward, building a house, a home, a family, making be happy at some point, emotionally, most or even sexually too. But for a guy, he can have all that going on, but if he broke, he ain't paying for nothing. He ain't about nothing. It's over. There ain't gonna be no second.
Literally nothing outside. Like, if you don't have, like, why are you dating? Like, that's literally what people will say to a man. If you don't have, because when we think about dating, the first thing we think about is the financial aspect of it costing money to go here, to do this, to do that. So as a man, if you are trying to date and you don't have money, the general consensus will be, shouldn't you be focusing on yourself?
Yeah, that's what's
Should you be focusing on getting your money up? Like, literally every hip hop song that comes out is about you as a broke boy.
Hey, little Trent, and then you be at the family cookouts, and then you got your aunties and your grandmas and your cousins. Hey, why so you ain't got no missus? Like, why you still single out here?
Telling you to not be out here spending your money frivolously on these guys, because they don't think about what our families as men, as young men out here in the dating world, what our families and our friends tell us. Don't be out here just spending your money frivolously on every girl that gives you some attention, or at every girl that you think is cute, because that can lead you financially fucked up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make another point.
And then there'll also be the same ones to when you like 37 showing up single, still out here chasing these hoes. Why you ain't got yourself a nice shit? Why you ain't got yourself a? Because y'all told me not to be doing it, but then y'all also told me anytime I did it and I got depressed that I need to go out and just find someone to do it with.
I'm gonna make another point that's related to what we're talking about. Again, I say everything's an audition for marriage later. First date, even as early as it is an audition. One of the main reasons divorce happens, you hear irreconcilable differences, but finances, one of the biggest reasons why people get divorced. But who do you think usually files divorce for finances? guys are women.
When
Women. God ain't gonna go like, hey, you ain't putting in your fair amount. You're gonna be like, well, I need to do something to cover us. If she can't, be 50-50, 75-25, whatever, I gotta do something to help cover us. They ain't about to divorce no woman over finances. Unless he just that big of it. Unless he's Kevin Fairline with Britney Spears or something, maybe.
The only time you divorce a woman over finances is if you were Stedman Graham and she is Oprah Winfrey, and that's why Oprah ain't married that nigga yet.
That's a good point. That's probably a good point.
Oprah, no, Stedman, go to your room and play your Xbox.
She gonna leave him something when she died, but as far as while she's alive, ain't no marriage split up there.
And he ain't gonna go nowhere. He ain't gonna do nothing. Oprah probably be beating the shit out of Stedman on some real shit. Oprah probably a bad person. I'm just gonna be honest. I feel like Oprah a bad person.
Oprah is Harpo. That's why you think she said that? Oprah backwards, Harpo. Oprah is Harpo. She is beating Stedman, I'm sure.
Backing the shit out of Stedman, but I feel like just like a lot of these basketball wives, a lot of these, it's just it would be better if I just say, what I'm saying, I'm saving my money. I have an exit. Stedman Graham definitely has an exit strategy. I hope, what I'm saying. I hope that he had, but Oprah probably monitoring all his. Stedman probably only got prepaid credit cards.
Nah, that wheel is the exit strategy.
Stedman's only allowed to have fucking net 10 credit cards.
Man, I'm just sitting here thinking about like
overdraft.
the you know what I'm saying, older folks, man, that been married putting in time 30, 40, 50 years.
Prison. Putting in time.
Putting in time sound like prison. It just, you ask them, you can show them this list and ask them these type of questions. It's totally different, man. And it's like, what happened with that bitch, that gap, that bridge gap? We know society changed. I get that, but
my parents are liable to say some shit like, back in my day, me and your mama couldn't go into every IHOP.
Yeah.
We could IHOP at home.
Yeah.
Not even to say because of poor, because I'm an army brat. My family wasn't like poor by any stretch of the word, but literally just because they grew up in a time era time frame where the most oppressive thing to black men and black women were not each other. It was the actual system that was oppressing them.
Right.
The system is still oppressing us, but they're oppressing us literally on autopilot because we're doing it to each other.
Yeah.
We popped this other list up here. Now this one I was trying to get to earlier. This was about what kind of woman to date. This is from the man's side. So who not to date, I guess.
This is crazy.
And make a list of the kinds of women you should never take on a date. Number one.
Goddamn.
Single mothers.
Dang.
This is an anger. Someone was angry.
It's angry, yeah, wonder, yeah.
Number two,
women with tattoos.
I'll be devil's advocate. A lot of you men were raised by single mothers. Come on now.
This list, the first two kills about 90%.
I'm telling you, man, social media, man.
Number three, women who dress like this in public.
Just like what?
I don't know. There was a picture in front of it.
Probably just put like some panties and some shit, like some see-through shit. Women love wearing.
Sex workers.
Number four, sex workers that include OnlyFans girls, mattress actresses. What is that?
That's a thing. I want to say
the people who
photography jump.
It's pretty much. It's like you on a mattress and you acting like,
pick up the phone. I got you.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like
back in the day.
I thought it was a casting couch or something. I thought it was another name.
It's like the lead up. It's like the lead up before porn, but it's a whole genre of porn.
Instagram.
All right. So strippers, call girls, escorts. Okay, that's kind of self-explanatory. Instagram models, bottle girls
in the club. The bottom girls in the club.
Okay. So number 5, women with an Instagram page. Well,
Man,
again, that's like 100%. We've named
this is
100% of
crazy,
every
man.
woman. You cannot find a woman.
I cannot, bro. This is crazy.
I'll say the same thing about the men. I don't know a guy not on Instagram. I know a few guys not on Instagram, and they're probably really happy.
Number 5, women with an IG page. Well, I already said that.
Yeah.
Number 6, women with non-ear piercings. I guess they mean piercings everywhere else.
Lip ring, tongue ring, eyebrow, septum, definitely septum.
All right. Women with purple hair, any other unnatural color. Number 8, women with hope rings. All right. Number 9, models who market to men. Well, that's pretty much number 4.
Yeah, they was angry.
Number 10, women who travel regularly.
Hey,
now,
man.
I will disagree with, because you should never have a problem with someone that is worldly. How they're traveling is, yes, look into that, but never have a problem with someone that expands their horizons by seeing the world.
This is crazy.
Number 11, women who drink liquor regularly. Okay, well, man, alcoholic.
That could be alcoholism. I get that, definitely.
All right. Number 12, women with weak/absentee fathers.
Well, that's kind of
not being judgmental.
Yeah. Some absentee fathers weighed in to help make this list.
Number 1 made number 12.
Yeah.
Number 13, women who live alone.
Man, yo,
what?
Man,
that's a woman that has her own place, her own dwelling. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's
people can't be independent no more.
That's the positive element of independent. Because live alone means she don't live with kids either, so she's not single mother status. She has her own place.
I guess they're saying this is a red flag because nobody wants to have kids with her and nobody wants to be with her. So I don't know.
So you want her to live with her? Because either way, she's going to have kids in the house, she's going to live with her family, or she's going to have friends. And 1 out of every 3 friends is
she could be a college student.
Number 14, yeah, right. Number 14, women with party boys. What's that?
What is that?
I don't know.
They just making
like Valley girl shit. Do they mean like party?
Like we outside, that type of stuff?
Oh, see, I'm old.
I don't know.
No type shit. Like, but yeah, you mean
crazy, man.
You mean them
Number 15, women on dating apps.
Okay, see, again, that's like kind of dating apps.
Christian Mingle?
Can't go up there. Nothing wrong with her. She,
like, if that's the case, we have to tell men to get off dating.
Oh man, this is crazy.
You on Christian Mingle, you know, it could be dating right.
Oh, read number 16.
Oh, women who have been on
LK.
Oh yeah, that's been some wild ones.
Women who have been on Fresh and Fit. Yeah.
What is Fresh and Fit? Is that a nutrition system?
No, not.
That's a podcast.
That is, that is a step down from Kevin Samuel's old podcast.
Yeah,
very.
What's that?
Airhead, dumb women.
What's that? What's that Walmart?
Why would you want to give?
Not Dollar General, but like a generic brand. Kevin Samuels, like you said.
Right.
I don't like Kevin Samuels either, but it's like, why would you go on the show of a person that you know his whole thing is ready to rip you to shreds?
Yeah, well, he would pick at least the Fresh and Fit one. They would pick certain women to go on that show.
Like, why would you
even? Yeah. All right, so 17, which would probably talk about the first thing we talked about: women with
list. Like standards?
Yeah.
Okay, I was about to say, it's like, because are you talking about women that make lists? Because this is a list. Like, what?
Yeah, man. Oh.
Number 18.
This is crazy.
Women who have been engaged. I guess stop there. Go past engagement, but that could be something.
I feel like that's also too broad of a stroke, because I would much rather someone that's never, like, if as a person who has never been married, if you've been engaged but never married, I I could be cool with that because we're engaging in the marital, hopefully we're still engaging in, the marriage together as our first time. So that, like, yeah, I feel like that's because, again, in order for that woman to be engaged, a man had to get down on one knee and engage to her. So we just take shots.
Yeah, for some reason he in that engagement. One or two, something happened.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That kind of is a red flag.
That's a red flag in a man. Like if this, I propose to a few women, but I feel like you're the right one. Like, run that back, Playboy.
All right. So number 19, divorcees. I mean, why did you get divorced?
And I feel like that's stupid too. Why would you stay in a situation that is actually not benefiting you emotionally?
Number 20 is crazy.
Or financially, in this case, when we're talking about marriage, like, why would you stay in these situations? Like, you have to have it done if you're going to progress, if that is your main thing to do. Like, again, in order for a woman to be divorced, she has to divorce from a man. So divorcees would be on the man, what women don't want from men list.
This list was made from a diary of an angry black man.
He definitely
got the I'm on my come up now. But like, I know the dude that wrote the list, but he got the back then it didn't want it.
Number 20,
buffing in business.
American black women is number 20.
That is,
so I guess only women who are foreign to this country and happen to be black, or maybe
so. You know what? This list seemed a little Nigerian.
Oh, wow.
This list seemed a little
Nigerian.
Shut the fuck up and be.
The last one, number 21, women raised in the West. I don't know if they mean West United States or the West as in the globe.
I'm thinking like the Western, like you said, like the globe. Because they call America like
the West Coast of America or the Western Hemisphere.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not.
They call America like Western culture.
Yeah, we're in the Western Hemisphere. So we're Western civilization.
Yeah, I think that's what they mean. I think that's what they mean because they talk about all these other countries and how they keep tradition and stuff.
So basically, this list says you must be gay because
that's crazy.
You cut out every woman almost in this category.
Because even though you start, I can understand you having the standard of not wanting to be with single mothers. Understand that they exist because a man made them a single mother. You know what I'm saying? Like even if she was fucking girls all of her life, no woman can do that to another woman. So it takes two to tango. These are stupid. This is like, as a man, if I were to get my dating advice from Spike TV magazine or something.
I was gonna say VH1.
Here's the
Guy code.
Guy code shit. Definitely guy code shit. But see, Guy Code was more helpful. I'm gonna be honest, because they had a different variety of personalities. You had one dude that said, "Hey, sometimes I shower like twice a day because that's just my hygiene level." Then you'll have the other dude that says, I only shower like maybe once a day because, my sweat glands don't really do. You'll have a different variety, so you were never getting the same thing. And then they kept it balanced because they also gave us girl code.
Yeah.
They got fucking keys on that shit too.
Yeah.
And I trust that because that information comes from women that I don't want to have sex with at all.
So this was a shame. That's all that
is. Yeah. You know what? This might be worse than the woman list.
We're so far from girl code and guy code. It's like why don't we just watch that again? We should do that should be our Christmas thing. We should watch it or some type of shit. But we should watch girl code and guy code because it's like men and women truly have forgotten how to interact and communicate with each other.
Facts.
We're only doing it via social media and not even in DMs. Like we're ignoring DMs just to expose each other publicly on the timeline.
Feel like a WWE Royal Rumble match, man.
People take screenshots on their fucking phone and they have like unanswered messages. How do you?
Come on, man, that's crazy.
Why do you just have 58 unanswered messages? Why do you have several dozens of people vying for your attention, but you not wanting to give it to them? Why are they doing that? Why did you give them such why did they have such immediate access to you? Why do you? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just saying it's because they can say somebody's thirsty.
Again, the immediate action to expose, because that's going to bring me clout. That's going to bring me something. That's going to get me. I'm going to be on whatever this. You couldn't even find the video. We've been talking about it so long, right? But that's going to get me featured on this person's podcast at time tonight. So if you want to talk to me about my decision to not go to fucking Cheesecake Factory, make sure you come give me your attention.
My goodness.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, we're gonna talk about somebody in the next subject, last subject for the night. She should be a red flag, definitely. And I'll say anybody who listens to her music, they're red flags. Maybe LT's favorite, I'm not sure. Sexy Red.
Oh, God. When you said it.
Man. Hey, it could have been Jada Pinkett, man. We had to pick one of the two courses.
Both of those people are literally.
So I don't know if you got to see the video or not, LT, but you know she has a new business venture. Lip gloss is out here. Have you seen the LT?
I was literally informed by this by my girlfriend, and I hadn't even seen it. I was so disgusted by the concept of a Big Red. I said, you know what? I can't view this without having my therapist close by.
Are they here now? Because you might need
it. And thankfully, I got two of them. So boom.
All right, when we talk this video, let's take a look at it right quick and see some of the names of some of her products.
Pound time.
Came across my phone that was so highly disturbing. Mm-hmm. And it's her new entrepreneurial venture.
No way.
Yes. And I saw when it came out, the day that it came out, I saw it on a friend's page, and followed by, he had posted right behind that in a carousel post, if you guys are still co-signing this girl, like, I cannot be friends with you, because what she's doing for the culture is just trash. But this young lady released a lip gloss line.
The lip gloss line. Look at it right
her
now.
lip gloss line has different flavors. For example, coochie juice, booty hole brown, sex on my period, yellow discharge, gonorrhea, and nut.
Oh, no. There's no way that's cool. There's probably a group of people who want to put gonorrhea
on their lips. And it came as a result of her doing this podcast interview, I believe, where she talked about she doesn't use condoms during sex. Don't come around her trying to smash with a condom. And they asked if she'd ever had STDs. And she's like, yeah, plenty of them. And she talked about gonorrhea and, all this stuff. And now she's taken that viral moment and created this lip gloss line. And again, coochie juice, booty hole brown, sex on my period, gonorrhea, yellow discharge, and nut are the coochie pink are the fragrant or the flavors, so to speak, of this lip gloss, the colors of this lip gloss. And as it relates to like business,
booty hole brown. Yellow discharge.
You putting all that on your lips.
The fact the shit that you sex on my period. The fact that that's lip gloss and lip balm is already toxic as fuck. We truly don't know the toxins that go into that, and then to label it with such disgusting vibrations as booty hole brown.
And somebody on the first date comes like, girl, what kind of lip gloss is that? Gonorrhea. Oh, yeah.
That smells too.
One. What else you got in your lineup?
Got on that yellow discharge, or is that just yellow discharge?
Yeah, they're gonna lick their lip. Mm-hmm. That is gonorrhea.
Yes, correct.
That is. That's good. Give me some more of it.
Who was that? The lady or dude said, what she doing to the coaches is disrespectful, but I blame the culture for this.
I blame the good shit, man. I blame the culture. The culture has been doing this to us
Yeah.
As I always say,
they entertaining
as
this.
I always say, the drug dealers know nothing without the people who
Yeah.
buy from them.
Yeah.
If no one buy from them, there's no drug dealer.
How
Right.
many of you young men got sent home for wearing a snowman t-shirt?
Jeezy, yeah.
On now. Y'all was out here advocating. And sometimes your snowman had a little machine gun on it. Who
Yeah.
was that snowman killing? Was he killing white snowmen or black snowmen?
Yeah, I remember that.
Good question.
Yeah.
So, this is what it is going forward. This is with our female
And she
artists.
just got pregnant. So she's about to be top of the list single mother. Ill. This is ill.
It add on top of that, I think Breakfast Club or somebody mentioned that conversation, she's pregnant, and then they asked about, I don't know, y'all know the rapper named Glorilla.
Yeah.
They asked her about the conversation, like, you ever want kids or whatnot. She said, no, I got membership at the clinic. These are our female rappers today.
Yeah. As I always say, we had somewhat them type of.
I mean, at least Snoop Dogg was advocating
like this.
You know what I'm saying?
The change was, it seems like that's all we got. We may have had those, but we also had other options for female rappers. So we had choices.
Lauren Hill ain't like this.
Yeah, but social media multiplies their message even stronger than what we didn't have social media. So their message gets multiplied by a whole lot compared to what we had back then. We had newspapers and we had BET. They got
you don't read anymore.
Social media.
We read articles. We don't even read articles. We read posts,
titles,
status tweets.
Yeah.
Just show me like seven really important tweets.
30 seconds. That's the attention span. 30 seconds.
A lot of us can't get mad because, like I said, we keep saying we tired of these kind of rappers, or we tired of the image put on love and hip hop. But you keep watching. Same thing with complaining about the WNBA. You can't complain about it if you ain't the one watching
it. Yeah.
You talking about, well, how come the men don't watch it? How come you don't watch it? You up there watching Real Housewives? Or
that's so crazy. I've seen women go way harder for NBA, for male basketball, than I've ever seen a woman go for the WNBA.
What's that team that won back to back just now?
I don't even know.
It's I don't know if it's the Las Vegas team.
New York one?
But the team that won this year they back to back champs. I don't watch it like I watch the NBA, but I do keep my eye out. You know what I'm saying?
Keep your eye out.
Because I'm just an LA fan by default.
Some of them don't even have the eye to look at. I'm talking about females. It's like they try to beat up the guys.
And they help us because again, the reason our male stars can be so successful is because they cross over and they're able to capture the attention of the female audience as well. So they're getting sold a negative image of us in the process as well. We don't have a lot of male Lauryn Hills. What would be a male Lauryn Hill? That would be like
today,
Lupe Fiasco. And Lupe Fiasco is too arrogant to ever come back. And you know what? He's apparently too intelligent for us to understand, according to him.
You had like Nas.
I was gonna say J. Cole.
Nas is amazing. Nas is incredible. I'm thankful every day.
J. Cole, yeah.
I was gonna say J. Cole.
Yeah.
J. Cole is incredible. But obviously the thing is,
just like
people are on the tail end. I hate to say they're on the tail end of what they're doing. They're pumping out a new successful ignorant artist every single week now.
Yeah. You say that conscious getting kick out the room. You saying like the conscious rap and conscious music peers just getting kicked out the door, right? That was you saying?
Conscious is going down to, I would say, like fucking 5 to 10%. Because I can't think of it like outside. I wouldn't even call J. Cole conscious rap. J. Cole is still popular. He's still, what we would consider mainstream. He's still a global superstar. But there's no one with a I guess a message of revolution, like
Yeah.
kind of what Janelle Monáe used to do with her music. You know what I'm saying? Like I remember in a certain interview she was saying
Her revolution is a whole different revolution now.
She got fatigue, man.
It's a de-evolution, I call it. But yeah.
She see that something.
Simply put, they're not paying us to spiritually, emotionally, physically, and financially liberate each other. They're not, and they're not the few of us that they pay millions and millions of dollars to. They're not paying them to do that for us.
Yeah, you're right. Again, path of least resistance. How can I get the quick dollar by bringing bad news to my people?
Booty hole brown lip gloss. That's how.
Right. And people are going to buy it. They're not going to buy self-righteousness and black pride lip gloss. You know, they're going to be some people, but they ain't going to get to the $1 million that they're going to get to.
I'm not selling to people who love themselves, and I know that they don't love themselves because there's been 50 years of culture before me that has, I can't even say the full 50 years has been disrespectful, but there's been at least a good 25. I would say if there's been 25 golden years of hip hop, there's been 25. What the fuck have we been doing?
Yeah, I agree.
1998 till 2023. That is 25 years exactly. So yeah, that's around the time Shiny Suit Man and my boy Hove came through with the Money Cash Hose type shit that we was all on. And yeah, there's been at least 25 years of what the fuck have we been doing? We've literally been poisoning ourselves as men, which has been bleeding over into our women, which effectively has been bleeding over into our children, and our children have been growing up into men who have now been affecting the children that we had to grow up into women that are now affecting the children that we have that are now, like, it's again cycle. The CIA came into our neighborhoods and actively had agents doing this for us or to us in the 70s, but because they just said, you know, it's much cheaper and much less effort on our end to just pluck a few of those ignorant ones out of the neighborhood, give them millions of dollars because they have no values, tell them that in order to keep making these millions of dollars, you need to push and sell these values, but only to your community, primarily to your community. Our community might buy them a little bit, but we're not worried about that because we have institutions in place to make sure that our community is always going to be sustained economically, education-wise, financially, and, spiritually, we're in control of what we believe. Whereas we as a community, like I always say, we have no delegation, we have no nation. Like the president, you could say, would speak for Americans. I never include African Americans in when they address Americans. Like I don't have a representative in my country. Like not the way someone that lives in Nigeria has, not the way someone that lives in Kenya has. Like I don't have an African American representative, and that mainly comes from an orchestrated hit, but that also comes from us being caught in this loop of not wanting to be that for ourselves. It's too hard. That path has too much resistance. They killed MLK Jr. Always good. MLK Jr. They killed the MX. They strung out Huey Newton on drugs. They literally murdered the fuck out of Fred Hampton. They deported the fuck out of Marcus Garvey. And gave Muhammad Ali Parkinson's disease. God damn it. Like anyone, and primarily the black, and there have been black women that have been a part of the struggle as well. And you've seen what's happened to them. Assata Shakur had to go on run and find refuge in Cuba. Motherfucking Angela Davis, who is a historical hero who should have statues all over this fucking country, is just not living in the same luxury that someone like Jesse Jackson or Al Sharpton is, who's done some stuff. They've marched, they've talked, but they've also played along. They've also let these things happen. They've also been silent. They've also
when the press was on,
we've seen the skeletons in their closet, which made us go like, oh, well, I'm not listening to Jesse Jackson or Al Sharpton because you like little boys or some shit. Like there's always something in play so that when you ascend, if you try to go too far and help those below you ascend, we're gonna give you a ceiling real quick. And that's gonna deter everyone below you from trying to even scrape the ceiling.
To go back to the topic too.
Trying to get too close to the sun.
Oh no, yeah. Go back like to the topic you talking about. You know, most, if not just not about like all the female rappers now, they basically, you know, on like soft, you know, I'm saying corn, like YouTube, you know, yeah, YouTube,
Yeah.
soft corn stars, you know. Almost every female rapper twerks.
Cream corn.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Aren't popular.
I'll go a step further and say that's almost the same thing for R&B female stars now.
Yeah. SZA, I think she just had got work done. She was fine the way she was. I mean, to each his own. To each his own.
Lizzo, I mean, she the lead person for that.
Even Lizzo still, I mean, as much as we tell her we don't want to see all of that, somebody like it. Because if we like making lists so much, you look at how they break down the porn search list of all 50 states, BBWs be popping up a lot. SBBWs be popping up a lot. Y'all some wild boys and girls. Y'all. And that's fine. Like everyone's preference is everyone's preference, but
Right.
it's the thing. They only let us sell these images.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The most successful image of the black man in America, in the modern American image, is the rapper, is the athlete, is the entertainer in some form.
Yeah.
Like, you know, we don't. I hate to keep picking on McDonald's, but you know, we don't want fries all the time. There's other things on the menu, but that's all they feeding us is fries. And it's cold fries too. I'm tired of having cold fries. Give us something else. Give us something healthy once in a while. You can't eat that same food every day. It's just gonna have a detrimental effect on your health. In this case, with the music, on your mental, but we have nothing else to divulge into. But this.
Didn't you mention last week about the Netflix cloning Tyrone?
Yeah,
of course.
I think
that movie is going to be in our consciousness for a minute.
Huh?
I said that movie's going to be in our consciousness for a minute because it's truly
that was a good movie because it basically hit like what we talking about right now. It's like I was thinking about the chicken scene, not trying to tell the movie, but the chicken spot. Like you trying to tell huh?
Yeah, I like what y'all talking about? What was me?
Yeah,
I don't know. This chicken show is good. Like it's all
trying to call it healthy. Now, granted, now I'm seeing on social media, you have more black people more now aware about eating healthy and worrying about their health. Yes. But it could be a whole lot more.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Very true.
Well, it's like you know, even like quote unquote plant-based living or veganism, you like it's a joke. Like why don't I want to do that? I want grease. I want fried chicken. I want, you know what I'm saying? Give me clog my arteries up. You know what I mean? That's what we used to.
Yep. Path of least resistance.
Yeah, Thanksgiving around the corner.
Like we'll literally, if you watch certain newscasts, like official Fox News and CNN, like they're both the same. Yeah. Fox News, CNN, you think it's Republican, you think it's Democrat, them motherfuckers part of the same gang. You know what I'm saying? And it's a gang against you, and they win it.
Yeah.
But they'll always talk about the quote unquote woke mob. Like, and I always thought, like, just the way we speak about things, the words that we use, the words that we choose to use to reference certain things. The immediate opposite of woke means to be asleep, means to be not conscious.
Right.
Why is it like every time I watch the liberal white media or the conservative white media, there is this assault on what it means to be woke. There is a direct, like again, like a person that decides to eat healthy will be mocked and made fun of because it's it's so much work to eat healthy. It costs so much money to eat healthy, and it's more convenient for me to just get a Big Mac. It's just more convenient to get a McChicken. It's just much more convenient for me to do that. But we literally aspire and follow people that we know they don't do that. Like again, I'll say it all the time. Cardi B and Offset will sell us a whole McDonald's meal, but you know that they that when they get home. And even if they do, they have the money to afford plastic surgery. They have the money to afford Botox. They have the money to afford a Facebook. They have the money to afford a personal trainer if it's so needs to them. And it's because they've either put the work into a craft that they love, and they've entered into an industry that, you know, it's going to pay them dividends for that, but it's also going to come at great sacrifice and great detriment. We get so lost in the immediate image and the glitz and glamour of what we can scroll by, what we can consume, and again, those short time frames, because that's how short our attention span is, and we're not in tune with what they're truly trying to do, and it's what is trying to disconnect us from consciousness. It's trying to disconnect us from what is truly nourishment for the body, the mind, and the soul. You need vegetables. You need like, if you know that the main thing facing your community is diabetes and high cholesterol, and gather around on Thanksgiving as it comes up and watch soul food and watch Big Mama die over and over and over and over again. If we know that we're going to go back to the movie theater and watch The Color Purple, watch a trauma movie, watch trauma of sexual abuse get sold to us in a way that's supposed to make us sad. Meanwhile, we go to the club and we listen to these artists that promote being sexually ambiguous. I don't even know if I pronounced that word right, but sexually deviant, pretty much, in a way that would invite that kind of sexual aggression from people that you might not seek it from. Like, we literally are our own worst enemies, and we choose it. Because to be your own savior is the path of the most resistance, because they've knocked off all of our saviors and we're afraid.
Good point, man.
And civil rights activists don't make a lot of money, so nobody's trying to aspire to be somebody who's broke.
I was thinking about LT was mentioning all that. I was thinking about when you was mentioning all that, LT, like, think about, let's keep it 100. You know, black people with funerals. After they have us, ceremony for the person. Just like Thanksgiving, we cook that same bad foods that we don't need because we used to it as therapeutic to us.
We gonna cook it because this was their favorite meal. They cooked it to the day they died, and they died real early. They died
because of the food that we eat.
Yeah.
Like, it was
nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's harder to get away from it than to just keep cooking and keep doing it. You know, because you hear a lot of people. I'm pretty sure we've dealt with people when they've gotten older in the 60s and 70s, and the doctors say, "Hey, we're gonna have to remove your leg. You don't quit moving it." But I've been doing this all my life, so I might as well just keep going.
That's crazy.
You can keep your leg, just change your diet. You can change your diet today. You can live an extra 20 years. Well, I gotta go sometime. Well, what else can I do? So that's just, I think that's the human nature of people. But the people that conquer things, or the people who actually go against the grain, and that's actually the people who I think become more famous for legacies in life, or at least positive legacies in life. The ones who go against the grain, and that's what I guess you would call courageous. You got to have courage to go against the grain. It's easy to do what everyone else is doing.
Saying like the music that's on the radio is lame. And people looking at you crazy. They're like, this is Sexy Red lame. That shit ain't lame. But like you said, like both of y'all said, it's tearing down the black community.
It's not helping us at all. It's not, and it's
with the male rappers too.
Male rappers as well. How often can we continue to be sad at a rapper getting gunned down or shot and murdered when all the music is about gunning down motherfuckers and shooting them and murdering them?
Hey, LT, I'm glad you said that. I think I seen a post somewhere. It said out of all the music genres, the rappers are the most that's getting killed. And it starts like from the 80s. Like there been so many
niggas getting shot for real. Like
getting shot.
Right.
Who getting shot in country music?
Come on.
And they got country music people that look like cowboys. And they
think about that. Has any of the members of NSYNC ever got shot at?
Come on, man.
I don't think so.
They ain't gonna get shot at.
Camera shots. That's about it.
And when artists, when white artists get shot, it's like some shit they didn't deserve. Like when and they get shot so few and far between. John Lennon got shot. That's the last white artist. That's the last white person.
I was trying to think about somebody else, but John Lennon was the first.
You know what? This is gonna be fucked up. Cancel right here. The last white person that got shot was Kurt Cobain.
I mean,
are you serious? That last one?
I mean, yeah.
Well, I mean,
last white musician that got shot.
But here's the thing: by who though? That's the mystery. By who? Him or maybe Courtney Love or someone else?
No, he shot himself. He definitely shot himself.
You see how big like the controversy?
I've heard some things.
Because then they allegedly found Tupac's killer. Is that what they're trying to say?
Yeah. I feel like that's one of the people involved, but obviously we're not going to know who.
Yeah, they're not going to tell us exactly who did. It's sad.
You thought I was about to go crazy with that information. You thought we was about to talk about that on Hostile Therapy. We know that's a.
Yeah.
Even if what LT says is true, let's say Kurt Cobain killed himself. That was self-inflicted. What we talking about is other people killing.
Homicide.
We are the ones doing harm to each other, but we're also saying stop the violence against us. Now, I get it. It's a different level and a completely different thing when it's at the hands of a police officer, when it's at the hands of someone who absolutely has no right to be putting their hands on us. But on that latter note, we don't have the right to be putting our hands on each other, especially if we're all in the same situation. Over fucking colors, over a fucking neighborhood.
That we don't.
Over, you think you a part of this rapper's gang because you like this song?
And a lot of people ain't gonna say it, but the rap culture, just say it for what it is very contradicting, bro. It's very contradicting. One moment, like you said, like a rapper get killed, yo, we gotta stop all these killings, man. We gotta look out for our community. But like a week or a month later, y'all right back at it.
You dancing to the
bang bang, Chief Keef, like they say Chief Keef started that drill music, and that's another thing. That drill music is taking a lot of our young black males and females out of here, man. It's like these female rappers, a lot of these female rappers now is like categorizing that drill music.
Which is like women don't need to be in that energy. Like we as men, we don't need to be in that toxic mode of our energy, and they definitely don't need to just be yelling into the fucking microphone about killing who. Are you killing women? So don't ever make a song about being a mother, because if you also talking about killing women, you're killing somebody's mom. Because it's weird. Like, again, Justin Bieber don't sing about beating nobody ass. Taylor Swift don't sing about her pussy.
No. They don't even talk about the pills and the drugs, all the drugs. Like this generation now, I ain't heard. I mean, back they've been talking about drugs and rap for the longest, but like now it's like
they're talking about taking it. We were talking about selling.
Yeah,
20 years.
Yeah, they ain't taking it.
Now, guess what? You sold it to a community. Those community of people. Sometimes, like Biggie said, he sold it to a pregnant woman and didn't even care. So now those people are giving birth, and now the people that are rapping are the crack babies.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. That's crazy, man.
We'll wrap it up on that, guys. Now we're gonna go to the last part. We're gonna go to the deepest thoughts.
All these thoughts, damn it.
Yeah, not the deepest thought. Like we'll probably be on the list of women we don't date. It's a whole different type of thought.
Trying to get on that FBI most wanted list, guys.
You have two options. Option A is to stay with your wife for the rest of your life. Option B.
B. I choose B.
Oh, yeah. We on trying different food and different cultures and shit.
An instant divorce on that one. I don't see that one lasting.
They be joking around like that. They're funny. They kid. They kid. They kid.
Well, Well, that is tonight's show. I'd like to thank everybody coming on. Hostile Therapy with Big Red, with me, of course, Big Red. Tim, who's dressed up as one of my favorite characters. Let him give a shout out before he gets out of here.
Get ready to take it down, boy. Hey, any of y'all get any of that sexy red lip gloss? That's $25 boy.
See, I'm not even in a costume. I could literally come in as see Jerome is wrong. See Jerome, he don't want none of that.
So he like Mark.
Yeah, he like Mark. LT, he know he like Mark.
Hey, look, it's good background noise. It's literally like I got The Office and I got Martin. Those are the two things I just cut on. It's like, oh, what they said, they stupid. All right, back to work.
I appreciate everybody for coming on the show. Get some hostile therapy, not because you want it, but because you need it. And we'll see you on the next show with some more interesting topics. Y'all have a good night. Peace.